Alright, and welcome to the first video of VMware Workstation 14. So if you're a student like me, you got it off of Utica College Criminal Justice Cybersecurity on the hub. And the workstation requires a 64-bit processor and 64-bit host operating system. So you just simply add that to cart. It's for Windows. Boom. Alright, and then it's this beautiful little logo over here, VMware Workstation Pro. The big difference between the VMware Workstation and the VMware Player is going to be the ability to run multiple virtual machines at the same time. So I like the VMware Workstation because I get to do so much more, and I can do three-way handshakes and whatnot with the workstation, whereas the Player is just pretty much one machine and it doesn't really do too much. Alright, so whenever you first open it up, you're going to see the Workstation 14 Pro, and you're going to be able to create a new virtual machine, which we will do in a separate video, open a virtual machine, or connect to a remote server. You can also just go over here, and I have already put down several different virtual machines, and you can go here, click on them, and then right here you have all your device settings that you can use for this. You can also type in a description so that you can distinguish it between this one and another one, or let yourself know, hey, this has some malware on it. Maybe you should be careful and not open it up in that mode. So right now we can see it is powered off. I already have a snapshot on it for the fresh install. We'll go over snapshots in a more detailed VMware video. This is just a basic overview. And then we can see the primary IP address. It's not on. I haven't given it one, so it doesn't have one. And hardware compatibility, configuration file, whatnot. So under devices, you can change the memory and the processors. So you can change all of this by either sliding, writing it in there. I don't like to give mine too much power because they'll run fine either way. Over here, you have under File, you can also do the new virtual machine, new window, connect to a server. Now the virtual network editor. So this is where you can actually go and, well, I can actually go in here. So whenever you first turn on a virtual machine, it's going to give you this. Just put OK. And it's going. So it takes a little bit for it to warm up. It takes a little bit for it to get going. But as you can see, I can have multiple tabs on here of different machines that I can have started. 01 I use for malware analysis, and then my clone I normally attack with my other one. So if I can remember my password, there it is. Over here, it'll look like just a regular computer screen as well. You can full size it, and then you can go back to normal. Up here, you can take a snapshot so that if you're playing with malware or doing something that you don't want to really change this virtual machine, you can make a snapshot of this one so that it comes back to this one. But you can also go here and you can see where you've been in your timeline. So that's a really cool feature. So I'm already in here, so it's going to be really hard for me to change my network settings, except for if I go to my virtual network editor. So I'm in my virtual network editor. I have preset networks on here that I can go ahead and change as an administrator. In theory. Okay, so now I could go ahead, I can change the subnet, I can change whatever I want to do, I can put it onto bridged. Well, not right now I can't, but I can if it was set that way. So, very cool little feature. And then over here, you can either power it off this way, so shut down, or you can power it off this way. They kind of give you like multiple ways of shutting down things on this. So that's really interesting. They repeat themselves a lot in here, but you know, what are you going to do? So here's your network adapter again. So if I were to click on this, I could change it over to the NAT mode, I could change it over to host only, or I can use one of my custom preset settings over here. So if you're playing with malware, normally I use host only. Now, if you have to use the internet, you always use bridged. Alright, so hopefully that gives you guys a little overview into VMware so that you're familiar just to play around with it. And then in the next video, we will go over more specifics. Thank you.